the level of rage is coming in, and it's influenced by my perimenopause fucking hormones right now, which is just insane. Make sure I get all my microphones. Now I gotta make sure this one doesn't die because I don't fucking know how much charge it has. Hey girl, hey, have you ever woken up and wondered who the fuck you were? Yeah, welcome to my life. That is how I am feeling today, and thankfully my body feels like my body today. Oh, look, I didn't even turn on the other fucking camera. See? These are the challenges I am facing today. Hello, fucking perimenopause brain. I can't seem to remember what to turn on and what to turn off. Fuck, I'm not turning anything on at this point. I'm not even getting laid.
Internet, she has never let me watch her record like this, so this is very attractive.
You're going to cut this out.
I just see Max for the first time.
Oh my god. I just feel like I got spun around in a tornado and sat down. So here we go again. Take like 5,000. This morning I had to find a microphone holder because I realized that I'm going to record on 2 screens, 2 cameras today. And I need one of these. And I have no idea how this is going to work, but we're just going to do it because why the fuck not? My perimenopause rage is through the roof. I feel like somebody spun me around in a tornado and sat me down at my desk, and I've already worked out, which is usually the cure for mental instability besides using my favorite peptides. So anyway, I did want to talk to you about waking up in a body one day and feeling like it's changed. Have you done that yet? Have you looked in the mirror or just like woke up in your body and been like, who the fuck am I? What the fuck is this body? Where am I? Why does everything feel different? Yeah, have you done that? Because I know I've done it, and I've done it multiple times in the last 15 years, which is about how long I feel like I've been in perimenopause. And yeah, that's validation enough because we go off our feelings here. And in perimenopause, our symptoms are what is going on in our body, and that's what indicates perimenopause, even more so than blood work. But I digress. So, eating the same, moving the same, doing all the same things, and your body feels different. That is what we're going to talk about today. Things that are top questions that I have noticed across all the platforms because I am on all the platforms and I'm constantly looking for the hot topics around perimenopause. And today I'm going to hit those top questions that I see us asking online and talk to you about what you might be able to do to mitigate what's going on so that you can feel A, seen, and B, like there might be a solution out there to help you. So today I'm going to answer those questions and I'm going to talk to you about my experience with some of that. So number one, why am I gaining weight with no changes in the way I eat, in the way I do things, in the way I sleep? Like literally, I know that there are no changes. One thing that isn't changing is your effort. I get that. But it's your hormones. Yep, it's your hormones. So Heather Hirsch explains in the Perimenopause Survival Guide an analogy now that I have one hand occupied for. So imagine 2 interlocking gears. The first gear is your reproductive hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, love them all. And the second gear are your metabolic hormones, which are insulin, ghrelin, and leptin. Forgive my tongue tied today. And when the first gear slows down in perimenopause, because your hormones start going all over the place, it throws the second gear off too. Nothing you're doing with food or exercise touches that first gear directly. But you want to know, what can I do to influence that first gear, progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone, right? The second gear, the metabolic one, responds to 2 things specifically: protein at every meal. And as a personal trainer, I would say, how do you know if it's protein? It had a mom. Granted, there are proteins in beans and things, but go with it had a mom. Chicken, fish, cow, beef, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say here. So, protein at every meal and resistance training, not cardio. Girl, cardio days are done. Like done. That is not where you're going to earn your bacon. You need to be focusing on resistance training. You cannot force your estrogen to behave, but you can give it a metabolic system and something solid to work with, which is protein, which reminds me I need to go grab mine. I forgot it today. And my brain just quit. Resistance training, which I already did today. So why are you gaining weight with no changes? Hormones. What can you do about it? Eat protein, lift weights. Question 2, why is it all going to my fucking belly? Specifically, my belly. Well, one of estrogen's jobs pre-perimenopause was to direct your fat to your hips and your thighs. Glory, glory, hallelujah. And now in perimenopause, it's sending it directly to your stomach, your belly. And this becomes what they call metabolically active fat and can wreak havoc on your body. It's known as visceral fat, meaning surrounding your organs. It is metabolically more active than the other kind of fat, and it comes with it real health risks, and that's why it matters beyond how your clothes fit. So hang on. So what can you do about it? The move here again is building muscle specifically, and you don't build muscle by doing cardio. Nope. And you don't lose fat by doing cardio. You build muscle by lifting weights. You need to build muscle. Why? Muscle improves how your body handles insulin, which is your other side of the gear, the hormones, right? And with better insulin sensitivity, less visceral fat storage. Going back to question 1, strength training done 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, 2 to 3. That's it. That's all I'm talking about. Does more for your belly fat than any amount of extra cardio. Yep. How do I know this? Is fact because I had to learn really fast that all that cardio that I was doing back in Indianapolis wasn't doing me any favors, and I needed to just fuck the cardio and get back to the weights. So, and you don't even have to have giant heavy weights. If you want to know how to set up a home gym with not a lot of money and with enough weights to do you good, just let me know. I've done it multiple times. I have moved more times than I can count and reopened my gym more times than I can count with $0 and zero equipment. Question 3, does HRT, hormone replacement therapy, actually help? I see this a lot. I wondered myself, does it help with weight loss? The honest answer here is nuanced. Heather Hirsch's book, The Perimenopause Survival Guide, points to large studies, including the Women's Health Initiative, showing women on HRT have lower rates of type 2 diabetes, yay, which suggests estrogen generally improves insulin sensitivity. Yay again. That is real, but HRT, not a weight loss drug. Don't get that confused there, right? It supports the system that's been thrown off, which is what we experience in perimenopause, but it doesn't override food or movement. Not at all. So, if you're curious, is HRT right for you? Well, that conversation starts with a menopause trained provider, which I understand. I understand what I just said there, but I also understand there are a lot of resources. Go check out menopause.org. You need somebody who is menopause trained, and most doctors are not. Most doctors do not spend much time in the perimenopause, menopause, premenopause arena in their education. So if you see a general practitioner and they tell you that your labs are normal and they send you home and you feel like shit and you're looking at them cross-eyed because you're like, there's no way my labs are normal, please check a link below. I'm going to send you a provider directory, or I'm going to send you how to get to menopause.org, which I mean, I'm sure you can just type that in, but that's a place to start. And I'm actually on that journey myself right now because I am also having to find a provider as I've relocated to Oregon who is menopause educated. Hi, Peanut. Hi, Peanut. Good morning. Oh, my favorite wiener dog just came to visit. Let me see if I can grab her. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you all. Oh, you're so heavy. I bet you weigh 20 pounds. There's a Peanut. There's a Peanut. We're getting her to lose weight. She's part of the family. She's Max's grandma's dog. She ran away. She's like, don't pick me up anymore. Question 4. Is my metabolism actually slowing down, or is it my hormones? Both, and they're connected. And you're also losing muscle at a faster rate as estrogen and testosterone decline and move around. And muscle is more metabolically active than fat, meaning it burns more just at existing, just sitting here. I'm burning more if I have more muscle. Less muscle, means a slower resting metabolism on top of the hormone shifts themselves. So This is exactly why resistance training, aka lifting heavy weights or weights in general, matters so much right now. It's addressing both problems at once. 2 to 3 sessions a week. That is all you need to do. Focused on compounding lifts like squats, deadlifts, my favorite, and rows. It's single best lever that you can use for protecting your metabolism through all of this. And if you don't know what any of that looks like, let me know. I will put together a workout program for you for $20. 1 month, $20. You tell me what you've got, I will help you out. So we will go deeper into programming on other videos. Just know there are options and there are solutions, and I can help you out. Question 5. Why doesn't eating less work anymore? Or it doesn't work like it used to? Well, because it was never just a calorie question. Okay? And that is now more true than ever. Hirsch is direct about this in the Perimenopause Survival Guide. If you haven't picked up that book, please go do that. I mean, that and Amy Alcon's Going Menopausal, favorites. I have a lot of favorites, but Going Menopausal, top of the list. All right. So without enough estrogen, your insulin stays out of whack regardless of how carefully you eat. I'm sorry. Cutting calories harder and doing more intense cardio can actually raise your cortisol, which we don't want, and works against you specifically around your midsection. Okay? So, the fix? It's not doing more of the same thing harder. I am so sad that that is what we were taught. Yeah, but it's real. Swap some of the steady state or high intensity cardio for strength training and walking instead. Like today, for example, before I got on here, I got on the treadmill and I walked for half a mile. And I had it at a 2% incline or whatever, incline number 2. And I was walking at a pretty good clip, about 3. And I convinced myself to get on the treadmill by not getting on TikTok until I get on the treadmill, or not answering my emails until I get on the treadmill, and force myself to warm up on the days where that is the last thing I want to do. And then I get off and I do a little bit of mobility and stretching, and then I go right into a workout, which more often than not, I only start with a 10-minute workout. And if I do more, awesome. If I don't, that's fine. And girl, I got my abs back. So, not that that's your goal. That is not what I advocate. That's just what I want, because as a former heavy powerlifter, CrossFitter, and MMA fighter, like, I don't know, that's just what I wanted to see. I got them back. Well, now I'm going to work on my ass and my thighs and my biceps and my shoulders. What is it that you want to do? You can do it. So, swap some of that high intensity cardio, let the 90s die, for strength training, even 10 minutes. If you'd like me to help you do that, I can write you programming for a whole month, $20. I will write you programs. And stop cutting calories. Fuck calories. Okay? Just fuck the calories. Aggressively right now. Both lower cortisol while supporting your goals. Both of these things are going to lower the cortisol while supporting your goals. All right. Can you tell I'm passionate about this? How much weight gain is normal here? Real numbers take some of the panic out of this, because I know that we were raised in a generation where that was the case. Amy Shah's book, Hormone Havoc, cites research that shows the average woman gains around 22 pounds before the ages of 40 and 60. The average woman gains around 22 pounds between ages 40 and 60. Other data puts it close to 1.5 pounds a year through perimenopause and menopause. That doesn't mean it's fixed. That doesn't mean you can't influence it, but it does mean that you are not imagining that, and it's real and it's happening. What can you do about it? Stop weighing your progress only on a scale. If you have a scale, throw the scale away. Fuck. Tell me you want to get rid of it, and you can mail it to me, and I will put a wall of scales behind me. Get off the fucking scale. If I could get you off of it completely, I would. I haven't weighed myself on a scale and seen my weight in years. I go to the doctor and I say I'm getting on backwards, and you're not going to tell me what the number is, okay? And you're not going to put it on any of my paperwork. You're going to send me home with, okay? And you're not going to put it on my chart. Keep it somewhere for you. I don't want to see it. I'm happy in my own skin. I don't need you to tell me what that looks like unless it is proven to be important to something going on in my body, which it's not right now. So get off the scale. Track your waist measurement. Track, if you want, track how your pants fit, how your shirt fits, how you feel in your own skin. This is going to tell you more about what's going on in your body than the scale is going to show you alone. 7, will it reverse after menopause? Will any of these things reverse after menopause? Sometimes, partially, sure, for some women. And I want to be honest rather than promise you something tidy. Some research does suggest fat distribution can shift back somewhat once your hormones fully stabilize post-menopause. But muscle that you've lost doesn't just come back on its own. Muscle is easy to lose and harder to gain. Muscle doesn't come back on its own, and neither does time spent knowing what was happening to your body. So that's exactly why we're going to go back to strength training is critical now. It matters more than waiting to see what happens later. Muscle built in perimenopause is the muscle that you're carrying into postmenopause. So thank God that I got into weightlifting in perimenopause in my early 30s. I took some breaks from it here or there, but I know that is what has set me up for success. But I am not prone to all these things. Like I'm dealing with all of this too. So there's no version where waiting is good. Don't wait on building the muscle. All right. Do Wegovy or Ozempic help? Question 8. And I know that's on a lot of people's minds. Do medications like Ozempic or Wegovy actually help here? Mariella Frostup and Alice, I'm going to butcher the last name, Smealy, include an expert take on in their book, Menopause is Hot, that's worth hearing. Okay, these medications do help people lose weight more effectively than, say, other tools that are available right now. But the same expert is also clear that when you stop taking them, the weight does potentially tend to come back, which means realistically, long term, it's not a quick fix. So if you're looking for a quick fix, this is not it. But if you are on one of these or considering taking it, the research on GLP-1 medications also show they can reduce muscle mass along with fat if you're not counteracting that, which you can. So protein intake again, resistance training, girl, they're just not optional here. They are what protects your muscle and have your back while you're on medication while it does its work. Although it's not a medication, it's a peptide. I digress. Don't get me started. So, not me telling you to consider it, but it's me telling you to go with real expectations. And if you are considering researching any of this, let me know. I'll help you out. What do I want you to walk away with today? None of this is you failing. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Breaking my heart. You're not failing. It is your hormones running on a completely different system than they used to. And most of the standard advice was never built for that system. Most doctors don't know jack nor shit about this unless you find a menopause educated doctor. The tools that actually help are consistent. Protein, had a mom, probably go with that one. Strength training, addressing insulin resistance, and honest conversations about hormone therapy with your provider, whatever that looks like for you, and giving yourself real numbers instead of vague fear. Numbers meaning if you want to measure your waist or if you just want to go by your pant size. I think I'm a size 12. I don't really know. I don't really care. Part of that is also perimenopause. Not giving a fuck anymore. I feel really good in my body, but I'm also weightlifting and I'm babysitting my perimenopause. I am babysitting my perimenopause, but I'm babysitting my protein. I am making sure I'm getting protein and fucking veggies. Because if you're upping the protein, you need the, I almost said the carbohydrates. You do need the carbohydrates, but you need the fiber and the water. I could go on to clear your bowels. I built a free guide, 82 symptoms of perimenopause, because weight changes are just one of many of these. You can print it out, you can annotate it, you can fill it out, and you can go hand it to your provider and say, this is everything that's going on with me, and this is when it started, etc., etc. Please don't ignore me. Here are the facts. And if they don't listen to you, make sure you have a copy of that. Walk out. Go to menopause.org. Find yourself somebody. Get on here, comment. We are a wealth of information as perimenopausal and menopausal women. So go get that 82 Symptoms of Perimenopause. It's coming down in September because I'm going to revamp it. If you are looking for a coach, somebody to help you get started, I just opened up coaching, one-on-one spots, 90-minute call. We address one symptom, one issue that you're having. We look at how we can move through it, what we can do, how I can help you, whether that's as a coach, as a perimenopause woman, etc. So go check out my website for that. Now I want to know, what of these 8 questions has been on your mind? What has been affecting you? What do you want me to cover next? What do you want me to talk about? I want to know. All my love. Until next time, thank you for hanging out with me while I figured out my new technology. Now I'm off to go to the bookstore and figure out better technology options. All my love. Bye, girl.